This is Chew on This with your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and her co-host, Michael Van Tull, powered by the McCormick Report, Detroit's longest-running online community newsletter since 2008.
All right, y'all. We back. I'm Monique Baker McCormick.
My name is Michael Van Tull.
And you're here with us, Chew on This Detroit. And before we go to our guests, we want to talk about some community things and what's going on in Detroit. So what up, though, Mike? Anything? What's up?
For some reason, the president wants to delay the opening of the new Gordie Howe Bridge. I don't get it. It's not necessary, and we need to open the bridge up as soon as possible. And that I have never heard any problems we were having with the Gordie Howe Bridge. So let's open this bridge up and let's get it on time and let's get this region working. I think Democrats and Republicans across Michigan are on the same page with this one. Let's not delay this new bridge opening. There's too much riding on it, that whole area, Southwest Detroit. It's been the freeway, the I-75. There's been so much money and effort built up into that. We don't need anything to delay the process.
Well, with him, it's just more of the same, more chaos and
and I'm so tired of all this retribution and all this kind of stuff.
Right, payback.
The six people, the lawmakers that were warning us about following unlawful orders, all of the grand jury failed or declined to indict them. So there's no trial, no nothing. I've been following with Mark Kelly. He even won his case against Pig Hegseth.
Right.
He even
Senator
won his case against the Secretary of War.
Well,
Yes, I sent a text to the Senator Elisa Slotkin's team, letting them know
congratulations.
I thought it was great, and stand up for the truth and stand up for your principles. And they didn't do anything wrong.
Right. How are you going to tell some veterans of the United States military
they did nothing wrong,
that they can't tell other veterans
don't follow unlawful orders? That's it. Matter of fact, Pete Hegseth himself has said the same thing in the past to troops.
Right.
Not to follow unlawful orders. Anyway.
I know. It's just everyday chaos. Mm-hmm. And to think that people re-elected him. I don't understand it. I still don't understand it, y'all. Yeah. So
please don't get me started.
I know. So what do we need to do? We need to vote.
The midterms are coming.
Midterms are coming. There's no excuse for you not to vote.
Yep.
Because literally our lives depend on it. Because at least we can get some decent people in office and replace some of these other folks that are just standing there letting him walk all over them and do this and that and the other. And then, of course, we have that Supreme Court that, it's just
given all this power to the president.
It's terrible.
I'm cautioning the Supreme Court. Look, the next Democratic president, are you going to continue to give that person the same power? Watch how everything's going to change with the Democrat as president, and watch how the Supreme Court is going to want to curtail some of the powers
everything that they do
of the president. Right. But what goes around comes around. Okay, so the next Democratic president is going to be super powerful.
Right.
Okay. One last thing.
Go ahead.
We finally, here in Michigan, in Detroit, came out of this deep freeze that do you realize
it's been
what we've had to suffer through for the past few months or since November? Our temperatures have been lower than average, and it's been brutally cold. And I got my heating bill for the past month.
I don't even want to talk about.
I got beef with DTE.
I know.
All I
we
know-
all have a beef.
All I know that it starts with a 5.
I know.
My
Dude, how do you think I feel? I'm in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, and I'm knocking on $450.
Oh my goodness.
And it's on auto. I don't change it. I don't touch it.
Wow.
Okay, let me
But-
stop complaining.
And
Shout out to my dad who called them and said, no, you going out there and reading her meter because that's
Yes,
not right.
'cause
that is not right.
that-
A 1 bedroom?
One bedroom, one bath.
Because the number I was quoting is from a 3.5 bedroom house. Okay,
Right.
Exactly.
So that's the difference. That's the
but
difference.
And this is an apartment.
It's still high. It's
Yeah.
still high.
It is.
You know,
high.
so we're gonna. I know you all are getting those bills for November, December, January. They're coming.
Well, there is, there's a utility commission, y'all, too, by the way. And every year there is hearings. There are hearings that you can attend that you can address all of these increases. Every year they increase. They, continuously increase. But if you're there fighting against those increases, then we can make a difference together. But evidently the lobbyists, working for utility companies are winning. Evidently.
Yep.
I didn't know that they had those, though.
They do. They have a utility. Matter of fact, the debate about whether you have a $400 bill or a $200 bill, you can call the commission, the Utilities Commission, and they can look into it for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now I
they're
know.
there to fight for.
It's not a lot of people that have
the
this
little
type of
people.
information. They're not informed with this type of information. Like, obviously,
Right.
because I'm not.
Right.
I had no idea.
Right. And who are you, by the way?
And that person that has joined our What Up Detroit
this young lady
segment
here.
is Donne
Donne. Yeah.
Donne Wynn.
Yeah.
She's a model, rapper, and many more. We'll find out when we talk to her. But
And she's beautiful, y'all.
yes,
If you can't see her right now,
Miss
you
Wynn,
gotta see her.
Miss Wynn, thank you so much for joining us here on Chew
Thank
on
you,
This
guys.
Detroit. Yes. And they're just kind of fixing the makeup there and everything, you know. But welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Commissioner.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. I'm so sorry. You're
Michael.
called
Michael,
Michael.
yeah.
Just Michael.
Michael.
Or Mike. Yeah.
So, hi guys. My name is Donnie Lennon. That's what I go by. I like to call myself a rebellious rock star in a way. I love art. I love to create. I love to do anything that's creative. I also do spend some of my free time just educating myself on anything else. Like, I do have a love for politics as well.
Okay.
So part of basically what I do is, like, when I talk about art or I express myself through art, I seem to actually throw in a lot of political vices in there as well, more so just to basically spread it around. I like to use my platform basically to give more empathy or gain more empathy into the world, just because, like, a lot of people don't really show that. And I think that kind of fuels my rebellious nature because, you have a lot of people who say that they are religious or spiritual, but literally their aura doesn't even scream that. And so you have a lot more selfish people than in the world than you actually have people who would literally take the shirts off their back. And I would like to pride myself as one of the people where I would take my shirt off my back. And I have friends who are like that as well. So
You said a lot. Right
Yes.
there.
To be so young and just gifted and black.
okay.
Yeah.
Black. Okay. I got
That's right.
4 black grandparents.
Yes. Yes. Powerful family. Yes. Yeah. So tell us about where you come from. How did you get to be this superstar that you are?
So I would say this. I am a Taurus. My birthday's coming up on Mother's Day.
Okay.
Shout out to all the mothers. Shout out to all of the mommies. I would say, like, growing up, I grew up on the West Side.
West Side.
Off like Faust and Schoolcraft around there. Me and my brother, we're both I would like to say me and my brother are both creative. Like when we were younger, we would take Legos and we would make like stop motion movies or whatnot. So we were really heavily involved or interested in like media, technology, even like when I would just draw or sketch. I would like to say I'm pretty a little bit old school or retro because I like to handwrite things. I don't like, when it comes to like my phone and stuff, I would say that only happens when I'm writing lyrics, but because I'm right there in front of the microphone or whatever, I can't just do that. But when it comes to like writing, like journaling or writing ideas or whatever, I like a pen and a paper.
That's different.
That is.
Oh my God, that's different.
Now, how old are you now? What? She's
You
still
taught,
young.
first of all, you
goodness.
taught me not to ever tell my
your
age.
I did, and you don't have to.
But
I'm
good.
just saying, yeah.
I'll
You
be
don't have
29.
But what you're spitting, what you're talking about is, old, like an old head. You got that old energy. So, yeah.
Well, I talked to my dad, my grandpa, as well as my grandmother, as well, like on my dad's side. And we talk about like really, really like deep things because they like to try and educate me. And the thing is, I'm not saying I don't learn anything from them because I definitely do. But I would say I always try to tell them, hey, you can also learn a thing or two from me as well.
So true.
Now,
so true.
I don't know. Maybe they think because of how I am. Like I said, my mom likes to call me a rebel without a cause. But I do have a cause. But she was just, I feel like they kind of look at that like, like you doing all this woo woo wah wah. How you gonna teach me something if you doing all the woo woo wah? And I try to let them know and tell them like because of what I do unconventionally, it should also basically help you think outside the box. And the thing is like, I take everything that they say, but that's kind of like any type of information you get, you kind of like
take what you need.
Yeah, you
out of
turn through it.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. You kind of comb through it.
Yeah.
And
you
so
take what you need.
I take their advice. I also take the stories from their experiences, and then I take mine, and then I kind of just go ahead and just throw that out. Now, my mom and her mother and her sister, and my grandmother's sister on my mom's side. Now, those are 4 women that I would honestly consider like my homegirls in a way, because they'll talk to me, I'll talk to them, and with them it kind of feels a little bit more like they're talking to me. We're having a conversation.
And I bet the conversation is very lively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and deep too,
literally.
Sometimes. Yeah.
So
and that's a beautiful thing to have that generational knowledge there, and that you can easily go to and talk to, because a lot of people don't have that.
And a lot of young people think that what they're doing, they know it all.
Right, and they don't spend the time listening.
You're listening.
Yeah.
And that's gonna benefit
change
you.
everything.
Yes.
And I always tell, young people that, why you gotta step in this puddle, and I told you exactly how not to.
Right.
Right.
That it was that it was deep,
right,
and it had water in it.
Right, and that you could go around it, because
Right.
I told you how to get around it, but you wanted to step in the puddle. Okay.
Because they want to do their own thing.
But sometimes that's the best way to learn. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes I had to step in the puddle myself too.
You learn the hard way, right?
And sometimes I wish I would have just, like she said, went around it.
Yeah.
But
that's how you live and
that's
learn.
how exactly.
You live and learn.
Because there are some times where people may tell you not to do this one thing that might actually be life-changing for you. So you can either take the risk of finding out, or you can actually also take the risk of listening to others. So that's what I mean. Like, you just kind of got to kern through it. Like, if it makes sense to you, then do it.
Yeah.
But
so how did you get into modeling?
Okay, so pandemic. It was the pandemic, and to be honest with you, I was actually going to school for sports broadcasting. So I graduated from Specs Howard, I want to say in 2018, and then I started doing my own like sports webcast or whatnot. So I also had male friends who were playing football, not only just collegiate, but also professional. So what happened was I went out to LA to actually interview 2 of my friends. One of them actually did play for, what was it? L.A. Rams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Rams,
yeah. And the other one, he was actually on a Netflix show called, Last Chance U.
Okay.
And so that was basically about guys who, either left or got kicked out of a D1 school. And they're basically trying to have a second chance And so both of these guys, of course, I found inspiration and I looked up to because of any athlete, even my own brother, because the type of discipline, determination, adversities that they actually that it takes to even go through that. Mm-hmm. And so that's very inspirational for me. So once I went out to LA to basically interview him, I'm not going to lie. They showed me how to be a rock star. And when I tell you, I said, oh, no. I'm like, this is how it feels. This is what, I'm like, this feel right. This feel right.
Yeah.
And so, not going to lie, like, I knew that I wanted to be in front of the camera. But I realized, I'm like, I don't want to do sports for real no more. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, like, I like the entertainment aspect of it. But it's the actual, I got to know the names. I got to know the stats.
And that's what a lot of people forget. They make so many people, and a lot of the athletes now are sportscasters and all that stuff now too. But one thing you got to know is all the stats, the names, details,
you have to literally
you have
understand
to study
it and digest
and it's gotta be up
easy,
here because you can't look that stuff up
while you're speaking,
talking,
like,
right? And I know that's a challenging part.
And I've done it a couple times. It's not that bad. I would say for me, it was my nerves, it was my anxiety, and then on top of that, I'm already thinking like, oh my God, I don't even know if I know what I'm talking about. So that already kind of like puts it over the edge. Yeah. So after I came back from LA, then I say, you know what? I know what I really want to do. I say, let me be an influencer because people always told me I should be a model, but I didn't think I could be because I'm like, I don't fit the look. I don't fit the aesthetic. And so I was like, you know what? Let me try and pursue influencing. So I try to be an influencer, doing like makeup tutorials and everything. Not that it wasn't that long lived or anything. It's very short lived. Mm-hmm. Posted one video, then somebody asked me if I could model their brand. So I was like, well, influencing, model, I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. Why not do it? So I went ahead and did it. After that, more people was like, can I book you for this shoot? I need you for this shoot. Okay. I need you for that shoot. And again, I'm having imposter syndrome because I'm like, why do they want me? Like, I'm not, like, I don't get it. Mm-hmm. And so finally, I did a shoot with, she's not my friend. Her name is Sarah. Shout out Sarah. Mm-hmm. Very, very talented photographer. She knows my angles. And she literally, like, didn't know me from a can of paint or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, we met at a social event. And she was like, I like your face. She was like, I want to, like, literally, like.
What did you think about that comment?
Right.
She was like, I was just like, I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, you like my face.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
So she was like, I like your face. She's like, do you think you can do a project with me? Like, I'm looking for models. Do you think you'll be interested? So I said, sure. So we started talking. She shared the concept. I love the concept. And that was literally like my photo shoot that literally took me off.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it was in 2021, 2022. Because the driving point of me trying to go into media, because I was literally thinking, I'm like, dude, I need to make some quick money. I don't know what's going on. Like, this like, after the pandemic and jobs is not hiring people back, and now we got to look out. And then, of course, that extra $600 is gone. So, I have bills to pay now. Mm-hmm. I have things like, I've traveled and I even saved up some money. But it gets to a point where that money, it runs out. And so now you got to figure out. Like, so you got to figure it out.
Right. What now?
And so that's why I went into influencing, because I'm like, I posted on YouTube, I get some money. And then all I can say is God said no, bigger. And then that's when I started going into modeling. So after that, I'm telling you, it's like I wasn't reaching out to people. Like, I'm going to be completely transparent.
They were contacting you.
Right.
85% of my projects is they contacted me.
And referrals.
Literally.
From other
or
folks.
If they want me to walk in a show, sometimes I don't even have to go to the casting. They be like, Donnie, I know how you walk. I just need you in the.
So now I understand that
Wonderful.
some of this is translated into endorsement contracts you have now too.
I have contracts
Can
now.
you talk about some of that? I know some things you can't say
Yeah.
and some things you can,
So I would say it's a couple I'm working on. So I'm not necessarily I can't say it right now. But they are a couple big brands.
And these are names that we all know.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So how about one that you recently had a contract
Can you
with?
talk about one of them that's already out?
Right? Like
Nope.
the Pelly Pelly?
Nope.
I can talk about the Pelly Pelly. Now that one,
okay.
But the other two, not
Not
yet.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay, how did the Pelly Pelly come about?
So my friend Volandis, he's a really, really, really good cinematographer. So he hit me up because he hit me up for a shoot before, and he really enjoyed our shoot. So then next thing you know, I don't know. He just hit me up. Was like, hey, like I need you. He was like,
It just happened.
literally, he sent me a picture. He was like, hey, you think you can model in this? I thought the jacket was sweet. I said, shoot.
It is.
I was like, you better hope I don't run off with it. I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna make myself fit it.
Probably worth quite a bit too.
Oh, yeah.
I can just imagine.
Yeah. I looked it up. That jacket is like $1,300.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I modeled it or whatnot. They couldn't give it to me because it was a sample. Boo. But
where do they sell it at now? Is it in any local stores, Or
Local
was that
stores?
out of state? I didn't know if it was
no. I think they kind of shipped it, or I think it was from somewhere.
somewhere else, and then they shipped it for you to model. Okay.
Basically, they ship him a lot of the things, and then he just basically be like, "You think you can do it?"
And that's a worldwide thing too.
Brand.
They can sell Pele Pele anywhere.
Yeah. I was actually really happy because, Pele Pele is based here.
Oh, it is.
Wasn't it? Yeah, I looked it up. It was
I
based
thought it
here.
was like,
One of
South
those-
America or something.
No.
But no, it wasn't it a black brand at one point, and they
Black
sold
people.
it?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No,
It was actually founded because I looked up the history. It was actually founded by a white guy. Now his name,
Okay, I didn't know that.
I can't coin it, but he made it, and then that's when he actually, I guess you could say he was probably like one of those white boys that know the culture. Yeah,
in
he
the
was
black
cultured.
community.
Yeah,
right,
and so he made the brand. And of course, a lot of artists like Tupac, Biggie,
used to wear
And some of the
Nas,
biggest sports
all the time.
stars
sports stars.
wear Pele Pele.
That was
too.
back
Yeah.
in the day, and now it's kind of reinventing and
Yeah. My dad had a Pele Pele jacket too.
Yeah, I
and,
Yeah, back in the day, that was it. That was
the
it.
brand.
And I mean, I was
So
like,
they're rebranding now.
basically, yeah.
Okay.
They're coming back,
But
kind of
some
like
of
how
that- a lot
Coogee and
a
stuff.
lot of that
Yeah.
old school stuff is coming back.
Yep,
It is.
Carhartt, all that.
Yes,
Like,
Carhartt's blowing up.
oh, I love me some Carhartt. I'm not gonna lie.
It used to be considered workman's clothes, but now
Now
it's
it's fashionable.
Carhartt's fashion based right here in Detroit. It is a Detroit company, so
Yep.
it's based here. Yeah.
Yep. So Pele Pele was based here. I was like, period. Now I get to be a part of Detroit culture. Like I even told them, I'm like, thank you for actually immortalizing me a part of this culture. Now I get to actually say that I was a part of this brand. Now I get to actually grow and be like, yeah, I modeled for Pele Pele. Like,
Yes, that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
Detroit.
So good.
From Detroit. Too.
Yes, and they always want to talk about young people not doing things. She doing her thing.
Multi-talented, even rap. You rap under
Yes.
Donnie Lennon.
Can we get just a little something?
Freestyle?
Anything? Yeah, just whatever. However you want to do it.
I
Just
can
a
play.
sample.
Yeah, I can play you a little snippet. Me
Yeah.
freestyling.
No.
No,
Okay.
I'm a
we
writer.
We can play something. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick here.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean,
So-
I could if I.
So how often do you do any of that? I mean, are you a writer or
Yeah.
you just
I write.
okay,
so like
more.
when so the thing is like I would say this, not just putting it out there just because or whatever, but I will say this, like when my minds are like really, it gets really, really fast. Everything
Right.
is like really, really, really fast. So then when I finally slow it down, I can articulate and I hear it. And then once I get like a bar or something, like a phrase or whatever, I hurry up and pick up my phone and I write it down.
Okay.
Or at least if it's right there.
Right.
Sometimes I'll be in bed and I'll be like, dang, that was such a bar. I look
Yeah.
at my phone. I'm like, it's too far. Don't worry about it.
No, you have to write it down.
I know.
You have to write it down. See, that's how my mind works too.
Yeah.
It's always churning, and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and literally it's almost like I'm dreaming, halfway dreaming, and then I'll wake up, and then I have this thought, and it's like, oh, I gotta write that down because otherwise it'll be gone in the morning. And that is when I come up with everything that I do practically comes in the middle of the night, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
So I get up and I write it down. So I tell anybody and everybody that
those are spiritual hours.
Exactly.
Those
That
are
is
spiritual.
exactly what
I
it is.
did try
And
to bring it up, and I'm
so
not. It's not really.
my staff always think that I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm up in the middle of the night texting
staff?
sometimes. And
All your staff. I've never accused you of being crazy.
Anyway.
For texting and emailing in the middle of the night.
like, does she ever sleep?
at
Like,
3
what?
at 3:30 in the
really?
morning.
But that's when it comes to me, and I'm like, okay, I gotta
Yeah.
tell somebody so we can make
Look.
sure we do it. Yeah.
I'll get a text saying tomorrow, please drop off calendars at such and such a place, but it's already
Tomorrow.
I don't know if
Which
she
day,
meant which
like,
day she meant
this
because
day or
I
that
got it. I
yeah.
get it in the middle of the night, so I'm thinking like not today, tomorrow, but she means today. That's how
'Cause she
late
has sleep.
Yeah.
texts. Yeah, that's
Right.
how late she emails
Yeah.
and stuff. But no, I tried to bring up, and it just wouldn't even forward.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
maybe
we'll have
maybe
you
my
back on.
maybe my
and
batteries.
maybe you can be prepared to
I
give
know
us
my
a little
batteries
something.
I
low, but-
do have an album coming out on my birthday, May 10th,
What?
on Mother's Day.
Okay.
It's called
May 10th.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
And
It
it's-
is.
On your birthday.
Yes, and Mother's Day.
And
So we
it's
can look it up
Mother's
on
Day.
YouTube. Where can we find your music? Donnie Lennon.
So it's going to be on Apple Music or
Okay.
Spotify.
Okay.
My artist name is spelled, it's like abbreviated. So it's going to be DNE, but I do go by Donnie Lennon. So my album.
DNE. Okay.
Yep. And so like my album is going to be called Smile Donnie, God is Watching. This is a album that's going to reflect on the years that I have actually, how can I say? I wouldn't say I went through emotional turmoil, but more of like a ego death. And I'm basically just rebirthing myself into being something better, more focused, decentering the things that were like a distraction and recentering myself. I would like to say my spirituality is also a big part of who and what I am today. Not necessarily, I wouldn't call myself a religious person because I believe that the world is my religion. I just like, I don't know, like when it comes to like feeling, speaking, and thinking of things, I definitely do think I'm here for a greater purpose. I just want to use my platform in the right way.
Great.
Amen.
Wow, that's a good way to end the segment
Yes.
here. A positive,
Purpose.
uplifting. Yeah, she's got a purpose. She's got
Yes.
something in mind. She's on a mission.
Spiritual purpose. That's it.
Donnie
Amen.
Wynn,
Yeah.
influencer, model, rapper. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us here on
guys.
And did
Chew
you-
on This Detroit.
Did you give us how to reach you?
Yeah.
on-
How do
Yeah,
we get-
you guys can follow me on
TikTok or Instagram, all of that.
So just look up DNEWYN. That is on Instagram. It is also on TikTok, Twitter as well. It's just my name abbreviated. That's all it is. It's not Denewin or I don't know. They
all kind of ways.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But definitely follow me. I will follow you back. I got a lot of things coming in store. A lot more brand deals, a lot more music, a lot more any and everything.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having.
Yep.
For being here today, and we got to have you back. Definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
please. And then we
All
can
right.
look. I'll come back. We can talk politics because, baby, I got it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
we'll call you back for that.
Yes,
Okay.
and
All
maybe
right.
that could be an ongoing because we always want politics and
especially
and,
on
no,
the
I
what
don't
up though, what up
What
though
Up, Though
Detroit
segment.
Yep.
and as a younger person, I would love to hear your perspective more. Yes.
So you're back. You're coming back.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Donne Wynn. All right.
Donne Wynn. Right.
Thank you so much. Don't forget you can listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon. News, information, community, what's going on in our area, political commentary, interviews. Tell your friends, relatives, business associates, and your coworkers that you can watch Chew on This Detroit.
Chew on This Detroit. We'll see you next time.
This is Chew on This with your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and her co-host, Michael Van Tull, powered by the McCormick Report, Detroit's longest-running online community newsletter since 2008.